Hello and welcome to the tutorial on creating an announcement in Blackboard. You will have the opportunity to create announcements on a variety of topics. These can include a welcome announcement, a weekly seminar introduction announcement, and holiday announcements, among others that you may need throughout the course of a term. The process for creating an announcement is relatively simple. What you can see here is that this is our Blackboard main page, just as you would see on the St. Francis website. However, the logo would say St. Francis as opposed to Baker College. To add an announcement to your course, you will go to Create Announcement and then give it a title. We will title this one Sample for Video. You would then add whatever content you needed to include for the announcement here. One piece of advice is that Blackboard does not always accept formatting features from other software. It is recommended that you type your text in an application like Microsoft Word, but do most of your formatting in the Blackboard environment. As you can see, there are a whole range of formatting features here. Especially problematic when copied over from Microsoft Word are bullet points and numbered lists. This is just a recommendation though. Once you've added your content and proofed it, you will scroll down to Web Announcement Options. If you want this item to be available immediately and throughout the rest of your course, you will click Not Date Restricted. What you can see here though is that there's a date restricted option which allows you to have it open on a certain date and close, should you so desire, on a separate date. We will use the display after today's time, so today is December 12th and it's just after 9:20, so we'll go ahead and display after today. And then what we want to do is send a copy out immediately. Alright, and we'll check this box. What this does is as soon as you post the announcement into your course, it will also email this announcement to all of your students, which is a great communication tool. You do not have to use the email announcement for every item. There are some announcements where it would not be really appropriate to email to the group, or it would be unnecessary and clog up their inboxes. However, when you are posting content that you consider to be highly important, it's recommended that you use the send a copy of this announcement immediately to get it out to your students so they can be aware of what's happening in class. Some of the other reasons you might use the date restricted options would be to set up your course at one time. It's entirely possible to load all your announcements into the class and then use the date restricted functionality to have them release at the beginning of each week or at the appropriate point in the term as you see fit. Once you've set the date and created your content, you can come down and click Submit. What we'll see now is that our announcement, Sample for Video, has posted into our class, and this is what we will see for our students as well. One other item to point out is that if you have announcements which are timed to release into the future, you will see them, however your students will not. To get a glimpse at the student view, you come up to Edit Mode is On and click. Now we see our announcements page as our students would see it. If we had set this to release in the future, we would not see the sample video announcement. To return to the edit mode for the author, you simply click the Edit Mode is On, and now we're back in control in the instructor view. This concludes the tutorial on adding announcements in Blackboard.